Good morning, everybody, and welcome to part 15. And I think this might be the last part of motorizing my uncle. We got the amp in. Now, the way I got this mounted, I really can't bring it out too much more. But we got two RCA jacks in the back here, and we're not going to be able to get the plugs in there because it's too close to the battery. The AC adapter plug jams right up against the battery. So I'm going to try to move this out a little bit more. It don't matter, it can come out as far as this. So can't go out too much though, because we got this end here. We got to be on the shelf. So if I cut this little flange off here, I should get it to work. Because we can't use these RCA cables going in the back here. If you can see that. And this is the subwoofer connection. I couldn't read what's plus or minus on there to make sure that the phasing is right, but I figured I'd utilize that. And there's just two little screws here, and you just back them way out and you slide the wires in, tightens them up. And this is the connector here. We had an intermittent problem with the original connector. I don't know, the plug was good, but it kept cutting out. So I took one of my wall warts, and unfortunately the wire is a lot thinner, not nice and heavy like this wire. This is like 18 gauge. This here is probably about 22 gauge. But it came off of a 1 amp wall wart 12 volter. And I tried it, and it worked really well. I'm going to do now, I'm going to hook my MP3 up here. And we're going to try out the speaker system right now. We got an MP3 here. I got my Philips. And we're going to hook that up, provided the batteries are still good in it. And we'll come back on this in a minute. Okay, here's my MP3. Just turned it on. Okay, we're going to put in. John gave me some nice patch cables. So we're going to plug. This is a long patch cable, but it's okay. Now we're going to plug it in here. And I'm going to turn the amp on. And we'll keep the volume about 1/4 of the way up here. Alright, and get my reading glasses on so I can see this screen here. Alright, videos, pictures, music. Been a while since I used it. All songs, I guess. We're just testing it right now, so let's give it a run here. Oracle sounds pretty good, doesn't he? I don't know how well the camera can pick up the bass. And I became his lover. I guess Turn the bass channel off here.
Now he's way down south in Nashville, cutting the big hit record, and the crowd goes wild when he walks to the mic. It's always been his big ambition to biggest circuit.
No heat generated.
Every night.
Alright, we can clear the battery quite well, but we got to mount it out to here. So we just got to trim off this corner of this trim here, but we got to, because I want it to sit on the platform here, which is about an 1/8 inch lower than this. We're going to have to relocate those screws, I guess. But that's all we got to do. And then the clip will slip right in there. But what I'm going to do now is I got the cords plugged in, so we're going to go into here with these wires, and then the MP3 over here will go into here, and then on the remote we got these places here that we can use. I'll have to look on the notations here I got in the house and see which one is for the mic and which one is for the MP3, but I'm not sure. I think they're both line level inputs anyways. Okay, now the way John's got this set up, these are I think these are line level inputs here, coming out of the relay box and going in here. So by doing this, we're able to use these inputs over here at the remote, which is what I wanted to do because I want to be able to control my MP3 player when I'm doing the skits. Now, this is an output here as well, and it goes to the input here. So now instead of plugging this MP3 here that's going right now into here, we'll try it into here. So I'll put the camera down and we'll be right with you.
And work the biggest circuit every night.
See? Let's go on this side. I think they're the same level inputs.
Now the nights are cold in Denver, and work so hard to find for a girl position that I'm in. Now the baby's due. He's still booked in Vegas.
Okay.
By then, 'cause he's working out of Nashville. If anyone could find the joy that true love brings, if anyone could ever say that their true love was here to stay, we could use.
You hear a little clicking when I release the button in the audio, but no big deal.
'Cause when you're in my arms, I know you're happy to be there. And just as long as I'm with you, I'm happy anywhere.
Alright, I'm going to run some tests here. This was my Christmas present from my wife last year, the DR05 Tascam. This is what I've been using for the voice of Uncle Dorkle. Well, I use it for other things too, recording live shows and everything at the Old Orchard Farms when Tommy was over there. But anyways, we're going to try to hook this up to the MP3 here and see what that sounds like. It should be about the same. This built-in speaker, it's only got a little speaker in the back, mostly for monitoring. So we're going to put the amp on. The amp switch works. Pushing down turns it on, pushing up turns it off. So it's kind of backwards, but let's see now. Where's the mic? DC. Been a while since I used this. Line out, here it is. Obviously it's overloaded.
I gotta do it, it's the only one I ever. I gotta do it, it's the only one I ever got.
There we go. Takes time to get the levels just right. Cut this down a little bit.
Give my love to Rose, please won't you, mister?
All right, let me just stop that now. I'm going to try the mic in here now. I've got a couple of mics here I want to try. Now he's got, from what I understand, these are stereo input 1/8 inch mic jacks. But the mics I have are monaural. This is an adapter for 1/4 inch. This goes back to the 70s. This mic here is a dynamic 50,000 ohm impedance. Highball 2. This is what I used to use way back in the 70s to do all my slideshows and stuff. It's a Radio Shack mic, dynamic. Had it for many, many, many years. I'm going to say 40 years. So we're going to try that. That's not an amplified mic. And here on this one, the pink plug is a computer mic, which has a. I don't think it's stereo. I think it's powered by the computer. We're going to try both of these out and see if we get anything on there. So we're going to take this out and we're going to plug in these mics one at a time here. Okay, first the computer mic. Now I got the volume all the way up on the amplifier here. So we're going to try both jacks. Didn't fit too good in there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Let's try this side. I think they're powered mics. That's what I was mentioning to John. They need power from the computer. 1, 2, 3. This is dead. So it ain't going to work. So we're going to try the highball, which is right here. Dynamic mic. Make sure it's on. 1, 2, 3, test 1, nothing. Nothing. We definitely need a preamp on this. Definitely need a preamp. Let's see if this side. Maybe one's got more gain than the other. I don't know. None. 1, 2, 3, nothing. We're going to try it directly in the amp. Let me move this over here so you can see what I'm doing here. We'll try the mic directly into the amp. That's just I keep hitting the mouth trigger all the time, every time I touch that remote. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, that seems to work. Seems to be some loss in here for some reason. 1, 2, but it needs a preamp. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, let's try it back in here again. Maybe I didn't do something right. Let me see now. Where am I going here? I got all kinds of wires here. All right, there's a wire. I might have had the wrong plug in here too. Nope. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Nothing. Nothing. Let's try the other one. 1, 2, 1, 2. Nope. I do know this is working because the MP3 came through it good. It's supposed to be passive right through the whole system here. And the connections are correct because, like you just heard, the music was playing through here. So, all right. So we move that out of the way. And we're connected here and we're connected here. And we're still on, and we got all controls turned full blast, full up. But for some reason, I don't know, what's on the amp here should be a stereo jack also. And I'm pretty sure these are. I think he told me these were stereo. One was mic and one was, I don't remember which one. I have to look at my notes at home in the house. No, I'm going to have to start marking these, but I can't write small. I'm sloppy. So I'm going to take my labeler and start labeling these because I can't remember what is what, but it didn't seem to work on either one. So now, because this is a mono plug, there's a possibility that maybe, I don't know, one channel should come through anyways. Now, we'll try it again. Nothing. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Nothing. 1 2 1 2 1 2. No, we'll pull it out. We'll go directly in the amp. 1 2 1 2 1 2. That's working. Working in the amp. I mean, I have to holler in the mic, but you can hear it coming through the speakers. Right now, I don't need a mic. A mic is only needed, as I said before, if this thing was portable and taken out. For the skits at home, I do not need the mic. So we better turn this off and save the battery here. I will have to remove this amp each time I want to take out the battery, but we can charge the battery from here. So that's good. Oh, it's working really well with this system here. Killed a mosquito. Time for the bug spray. What I'm going to probably do, since we got this set here, I'll do this off camera. I'll just bring this out a little further, because you can't do much with the adapter here. You know, it sticks out so far, you can't do anything. I can get right angle RCA plugs, but matter of fact, I think I got a set in the house. But that's not the issue. You still got to be away from the battery this much with this here. You know, this moves, but it doesn't cut off. You know, the other one kept cutting off on me. That's a good little amp. I mean, you know, it does just perfect for this. So anyways, this stops and everything on here, as I showed you on the last video, are working fine. So I think what we're going to do now is, this is going to end. This would be what, part 15? We're going to end that, and the next one there'll be little refinements throughout the thing, and when, you know, dressing the wires up a little better maybe, and making sure this is all in there properly, and try to put some wire ties on these wires and make them look neater. All that doesn't have to be videotaped and stuff. This concludes it. The next step will be the unveiling of the new Uncle Dorkel, if all goes well. So thank you for watching this motorizing series of Motorizing My Uncle. Stay tuned for the upcoming skit series once again of My Uncle Dorkel. Please stay tuned for that, coming to a theater near you.